Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to another remake video. Today we'll be remaking G-Eazy's track 1942 featuring Gotti, YBN Nahmir. So let's get straight to it. First things first, let's set our tempo to 163 beats per minute. And let's go ahead and start off with that main sound that we hear throughout the entire track, that 2-chord pattern. For the sound, we're going to bring in Logic Sculpture. And we're going to use a preset called Asian Dreams. So let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. And that's going to go up to here. Alright, let's go ahead and just copy that over. So that's the main pattern over there. I'm just going to bring up the sustain a little bit. All right, next let's just bring up the EQ, and we're going to cut out a lot of the highs and some of the lows as well. Next, let's go ahead and bring in a modulation effect. We'll bring in some chorus just to soften up that sound. And finally, let's bring in some reverb just to kind of make that a little bit larger. We'll use Logic Space Designer. Next, let's go ahead and create that bass. So we'll move in order that the sounds are brought in. Let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track and bring in Logic's ES2 synthesizer. All right, so let's go ahead and just close that for now and draw in the pattern first. It's a 4-bar pattern. And let's go down to a nice low octave and draw that in. And let's just go ahead and just repeat that. Let's open up Logic's ES2 and just adjust that here. We're going to work off of the default preset in ES2 here. We're just going to use one oscillator. And we're going to move this oscillator to a sine wave. Let's move the triangle mixer 100% to oscillator 1. Let's change this to mono. We're going to turn on unison. Let's pull down our cutoff to pretty much as low as it can go, just about. I'm going to pull up the drive. Let's add in some dark distortion here, dark tone distortion. we'll just up the release on envelope 2. Let's lower the amount that envelope 2 affects the sound. So something like that is good. Next, let's go ahead and just bring up the attack on envelope 3. We'll bring up the delay as well. The decay, sorry. And I'll bring up the release time as well. And you kind of get this muffled bass. Next, let's go ahead and open up an EQ. And we're going to filter out a lot of those highs. We just want to focus on the low end. Next, let's go ahead and start bringing in some of the other elements and create a new software instrument track. We'll bring in Logic's EXS24 sampler instrument. And let's go ahead and bring in the 1942 drum kit. Let's make it nice and loud. And let's start off with that clap. Let's go ahead and lower that. That's super loud. Let's go ahead and duplicate that and bring in our hi-hats. All right, that sounds good like that. Next, let's go ahead and duplicate this track and let's bring in the kick. Make this louder. Next, let's go ahead and duplicate this track, and we're going to bring in, there's two sort of snare patterns in this, and I'm going to draw out the first one. That first snare pattern there. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this over, and the second snare pattern is pretty much the same. I'm just going to add in a couple more snare hits here. All right, that sounds good like that. Let's go ahead and duplicate this track. And we're going to go ahead and draw in the single crash hit that happens here. that is that single crash hit. Next, let's go ahead and create a new softer instrument track. Let's go ahead and draw in that flute pattern, and that will round out this remake. We're going to go ahead and use a default flute in Logic. It can be found under the world section. We are going to go to woodwinds, and we will bring in the medieval recorder over here. Let's go ahead and close that, and let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. So there's that pattern right there. Let's go ahead and duplicate that. Just gonna lower this down in the mix. Just gonna go ahead and bring in some reverb here, just to kind of space it out. And there's pretty much the remake to G-Eazy's track 1942, featuring Yo Gotti and YBN Nahmir. Next, let's go and just quickly arrange this. Go ahead and take this out over here. We're going to take out the kick over there. We'll bring in the kick over here. Bring in the snares. Push this over. Push that over there. Now this is just a really quick remake of what's happening in the track, but you get the idea. And we'll do something like this. All right, so there's a quick arrangement right over there. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and listen to the remake we just put together, 1942 by G-Eazy, featuring Yo Gotti and YBN Nahmir. So there's the remake right there, 1942, G-Eazy featuring Yo Gotti and YBN Nahmir, remade in Logic Pro X using stock plugins. There you have it for you Logic users out there. I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session for you guys and place that as a downloadable link in the description box below this video. For you non-Logic users out there, got your back as well. I'm going to go ahead and export all these MIDI stems. I'll include the audio stems and of course the drum kit that we used in this remake. You can find that entire playback in the description box below this video. If you do have any questions on this or just want to chat, let's go ahead and talk in the comment section below. And as usual guys, if you did like this video, remember thumbs up, share it, and of course hit that subscribe button for more great videos like this one. I'll talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.